Oh, cool. Plenty of space.
Good.
Nice. Let me make this a little bit higher. Now, I have coffee as well. Okay. Let's start from the beginning.
Yes.
We have a major announcement.
We do, yes.
We're going to go on tour, and Annika's going to be the drummer. Is that it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Exactly. That's okay. Goodbye.
There we go. There we are.
What is the major announcement?
That we're going to start recording a video course.
Exactly. And what is about the video? What is the video course about?
It's about molar technique on the hands and feet.
On the hands and feet. On the hands, they're sick and tired of seeing me doing that every week.
Yeah. Well,
so
also you're doing stick control stuff as well, aren't you?
Yeah. I'll do a lot of stuff. So the question is that I thought about a couple of days ago to ask you. How did you come with the idea for the molar technique on the feet? Is something that you found out, something that you saw similar, or how did it come about?
I guess it's hard to remember exactly how. It's probably from Steve Smith and constant release.
Okay.
I always struggled with double pedal. Like I found it really, really, really difficult. And
that's why you're playing metal bands.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you struggle with it.
Yeah.
You see, that's the difference of people who want to be accomplished and people who don't. He struggles with double pedal, so he joins metal bands. I struggle with double pedal. I play the blues.
So do I want to be accomplished or not?
Of course you are.
Right. So like, I tried lots of different things over the years. And I kind of noticed that there were certain movements on the hands and feet that were the same, right? So this kind of, you can do it. That's a delightful squeak. You can do the same thing on the feet. And it's actually how I was taught to do, like, that double.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know if you can see that on camera? No, pedals not.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
So like,
there's a little bit of a delay, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, there it is. So it's like a tap and a drop, like that.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, but what I discovered was if you do your hands and feet at the same time, when they're not squeaking that loudly.
Yeah, I think I need to buy oil.
I think you do. They do the same thing.
Okay.
And that movement is very relaxed. So that's essentially how I started with it. And the biggest difference is that the feet and the hands work in opposite. So the hands are down up like that, and the feet are up. So with the hands, you're throwing and rebounding.
Yeah.
With the feet, you're lifting and dropping.
Okay.
So it's the same sort of idea from the front and the back.
Okay.
And it's just kind of in reverse almost. And once you've got those two, so you're essentially hitting with the front of your foot by lifting and dropping, which people call heels down. Or you're lifting with the back of your foot, which people call heels up. It's not really heels up. It's just heels up's a position. It's not a technique.
Yeah.
The technique is to push from the calf muscle and let it fall like that.
Cool.
So, and then you can group them the same. So like you can do twos, three.
How does the three work?
Tap. So it's like
2 taps and a
tap,
drop.
tap, drop, tap, tap, drop, tap. So it's kind of tap, up, drop.
Okay.
So it's the reverse of the hands. So the hands is whip, tap, up.
Yeah.
This is kind of tap up, drop almost. So it'd be kind of be like a pull out.
A reversed molar.
It would be 1, 2, 3. A pull out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of is. I mean, you can do.
Well, because the thing is, if you're playing 16th note triplets with the molar, the first stroke is a pull up.
Yeah.
With the left hand.
Yeah.
Or in your case, with the right hand.
Yeah. So I mean, it's very similar, and you can also put the accent on the first one, just like that.
Yeah.
But if you do that, it tends to sound flatter.
Okay.
I've never been very good at that. It's good for sort of fast doubles, but again, I've never got on with it. I always prefer to have my heel.
Could I offer you a paper towel?
Thank you. Yes, it's very hot in here for some reason. Thank you for the paper towel.
It's always summer in the studio.
It is. But yeah, that was basically it. That's kind of where I sort of started to look at it, and then got into doing like stone killers on the feet, so like 4s. And you can hear there.
So you can hear more there.
Let's not do it on that
one. Let me get you another pedal.
Yeah, okay.
I'm annoyed with that one.
It's not great, is it?
No, I don't. Well, this is how much this pedal has been used.
Okay. Do like a commercial break. Got it?
Yep.
Shall I take this off?
Yes. We'll take this off. I'll take this one off. And we can make double pedal great again.
These are my favorite pedals, I think, the pearl ones.
Yeah, these are amazing. I have them for more than 20 years.
Is this a power shifter or red line?
I don't remember anymore, but I think it's the power shifter.
Oh, that's better, yeah. Perfect. Okay, so where were we?
Well, we were trying to demonstrate the pedal thing.
So
I think it's a little bit too early for people because people haven't woken up yet.
Nobody's watching?
No, there is 2 people. One of them is me.
So in master studies, the stone killers are in 2s, and you do, and then 3. Actually, I'm doing them backwards. That sort of thing.
I have master studies somewhere over here.
And then 4s.
Or back there.
So you can do the same thing.
Yeah.
2s. 3. And then 4. Like that.
And then obviously, because I want to find Master Studies, I cannot find it.
You can't find it. Yeah, well, that sounds about right.
I found Master Studies 2.
Master Studies 2?
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a second one.
You didn't know there was a second one?
No.
Huh. Every day is a school day. Oh, here's Master Studies 2.
Oh, my God.
Morello thought that Master Studies 1 wasn't enough.
I did not know that was...
Yeah, I'll never find this book.
Okay.
Because now I want it, and then I'll never find it. Oh, here it is. If you look in the right place. So, for those who have the book, the Stone Killer is on page 54.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to page 54.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked about this, I think, the last time we did one of these.
So it starts section 1, no accents.
Yep. 4 in each hand.
4 in each hand, then 8, then 12, then 16.
Yep.
Then accent on the first note.
Yep. So like,
of the first of four, and then displacing the accent, and then different figures and stuff like
and
that.
I just kind of took that and did it on the feet, basically. And so, and what you notice with the feet is then when you're playing a figure, if you're using this technique, you get a slight accent.
Yeah, but
on the last note, which I like.
Which is the same thing with the molar.
Yeah,
doesn't matter how many control bounces you're gonna have. The first one,
slightly louder. Yeah. And I like that, and so I then sort of ran with the next bit of it, which is where you
more.
No. So it's just the fours, but I'm filling in the notes. And I'm getting a slight accent on the last because I'm just dropping my leg.
Yeah.
And I just like the sound of it. So I came up with a sort of an exercise to play that all the way through. So it's fours and then twos and then threes and then twos.
Cool.
But it's only using that and that. That's it. There isn't anything else really.
Okay.
So
well, that's the course then. Okay. Thank you very much.
But that's kind of how they relate. You know, that and it's essentially the feet are backwards, and you can do them together.
What is the feeling, the advantage you have from doing hands and feet together?
Your feet will copy your hands. It makes them learn faster.
Oh, really?
Like significantly faster.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you're always going to have the problem with foot technique is always the coordination, right? So, I think of something. So people think endurance is the problem a lot of the time, and
I think we'll have to pull you back a little bit because it's on the edge of the carpet.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Okay. That's fine. So people think that like the problem with double bass is endurance, and I've tended to find it's actually not such a problem, because once you sort of get like about 150 there, holding that on its own isn't too hard. But if you introduce a pattern like that's relatively easy to play. Whereas if you start doing like a cut time thing, that's much harder for me to play.
Okay.
Physically, much more difficult.
It's a funny thing because I always thought it's more difficult to play just the feet. The moment I have some sort of groove going with my hands, maybe I'm not paying attention as much to the feet.
It depends. But what I'm saying is as soon as you change, so like if you play,
so if you're going from time to cut time,
that's quite difficult.
Okay.
So the position of the left hand makes it more difficult. Triplets, and then so changing the hand pattern over the top, I have found is what causes the problems. That's what makes it difficult.
Okay.
Rather than that on its own. Does that make sense? And like that sort of, it's like an Achilles priestess. I mean, that took me months to get. Like absolutely months.
You're not selling the course very well.
That's not on the course.
No. But I understand. I understand this. There's no quick fix.
No.
If you want to do it properly, there's no quick fix.
And that was disproportionately difficult. And I'm not saying, and you might do that pattern and get it like that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
no, me.
Well, okay. Someone else might get it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's the same thing with...
Is it? I know it's a generic U.
Yeah.
It's not me.
And also this one. I find that incredibly difficult. This, that's fairly easy. But because, so it's groups of 6. Right? Whereas this one, it's switching. Yeah. So I have to... Because the hand's playing...
either right or left, yeah.
It's much more difficult.
It is, yeah.
And that is nothing to do with endurance. But it can feel like it is. Because everything kind of goes like that and tightens up. So they're the things I look at, and I've found that one of the things that the sort of molar approach, if you like, is useful for is if I'm doing something in 6s. It's quite hard to hear, but I'm just dropping the heel very slowly. So it helps with the timing. So that movement kind of helps. It's one of the advantages I've found on the hands, when you're playing a rock beat. You've got that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. It's the same thing there. And I find that, like if I'm playing in triplets, my heel will just start dropping up and down on the 1. And it helps me time the whole thing, which is nice.
It is nice. So, now the people who want to cut corners, is it okay to try to learn the technique for hands and feet at the same time?
Yes.
At the same time.
Yeah.
Or if you've never played molar before.
Oh, if you've never played molar.
Yeah, I'm talking about, sorry. Let's rephrase it. If you've never played molar before, doing both at the same time?
No, because you have to have it on your hands. The whole point is that your feet copy your hands.
Okay.
So, yeah, I say that advisedly because I've never been in a position. I mean, I've known molar for God knows how long, 30 years probably. I can't imagine how you would do it.
Okay.
One way I have tried is remember I talked about that? That works.
Okay.
So, because it kind of helps to get the difficulty with that heel up drop movement is you have to push from here rather than lift from here.
Okay.
And one of the ways I tell whether a student is, so you'll see people go like this.
Yeah.
And they're playing, right? And they'll hold their foot in the air and do all kinds of weird stabby things like that. And one of the things I do is I get them to lean on their leg like that. You should be able to still get it.
Okay.
Because I'm not really doing anything from
here.
Well, I mean, a little
bit. Of course, it's not like the muscle will stop working just because you want it.
You want minimal engagement.
Yeah.
And that's really kind of what you're after. That. There. And that's how you get that. Because it's actually coming from that drop stroke. Rather than a common idea with double bass, or with bass drum actually, is that you kind of float your foot.
Yeah.
And that's a really bad idea.
Really?
Well, because you're holding it from here.
Okay.
That muscle's not very good at that. So I'm actually pushing away all the time.
Now I see why I cannot walk very well.
Yes. But yeah, I'm kind of pushing away from it all the time. So like... Yeah,
because I even learned an exercise where you actually hold your leg with a stick and you play quarter notes.
Yeah, now take the stick away.
Eighth notes.
Yeah, now you got to hold it.
Yeah,
and that's going to hurt.
It is.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, it's a bad idea.
Yeah, I know. I'm just showing what I've learned.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen lessons on that sort of thing, and it's just you can get away with it on a single pedal. but you can't on a double pedal. And that's always the problem with, I suppose, the difference between hand and foot technique, even with hi-hat and bass drum, especially if you're kind of bouncing like that, you're effectively in the air at certain points.
Yeah, I played 99.9% single pedal. And I try to always have on the hi-hat heel down.
Yeah.
So I'm anchored.
Yeah, it makes sense.
On my left hand.
But do you find it harder to play fast on the hi-hat if you're doing that?
I play blues.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Yeah. So there's a point with the hi-hat, I think, where you're sort of, if you want to playing eighth notes of that sort of thing, it's easier to have your heel up.
Yeah. If for any reason I'm doing something that I'm playing eighth notes on the hi-hat with my foot, then I have to play a heel up.
Yeah. So and the same principle applies if you're pushing and dropping. It's just that on the floor. So it's easier, and that's how I practice it a lot of the time. Just kind of that sort of thing. And that anchors you, but it took a little while to get the hang of. But it's this. It's the same principle, but you're pushing away rather than lifting.
Okay.
So yeah.
Cool. Apparently no questions. If there's anybody out there and wants to ask any questions, feel free. If we know the answer, we will answer it.
If we don't know the answer, we'll lie.
Yeah, exactly. like the best teachers do.
Yes.
It is somewhere on YouTube, so I guess it's no problem if I tell the story. But I think you had left Drum Education Live already, and we interviewed Mike Dober.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And we were talking with him, and in the beginning of the interview, he said, "I'm never trusting another BBC expert ever again."
Right.
And then obviously we asked why, and he said it was when Charlie Watts died. He said the people from the BBC called him for him to talk about Charlie Watts.
Right.
And he said, yeah, but I don't quite know a lot about Charlie Watts, except that obviously he was the drummer for the Rolling Stones. And the producer at the BBC says, that's fine. Just say a couple of things.
Yeah, they don't. They make shit up all the time, don't they?
And then all of a sudden, he gave an interview to the BBC as an expert.
But there's an interesting thing I think everyone should try with newspapers is find an article on something you know a lot about and read it. See how many errors there are, and then go back and then flip the page and read another article and see if you still believe it.
Yeah.
And you won't. You suddenly realize how much they make up, It's just,
I know it's nothing serious, but if there's a band I know quite a lot about, it's Kiss. And sometimes I see, music journalists talking about Kiss. And they're just saying anything, basically.
Yeah, they're just making it up, aren't they?
And because I have a lot more to do in my life than write to these guys, just say you don't know. It's better.
Yeah.
I say I don't know. I don't know. I play blues. That's all I know.
Yeah. So you're going to talk about stick control a little bit? Is that
Let's talk about stick control. We can talk about anything you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Good. I'm an expert.
Well, that's good. So, what are you gonna talk about with stick control applications? I suppose was that one of the variations?
This because there's, I think that even though stick control has been out there for 90 years already, and I think it got to a point where, because let's go back 60 years. 60 years ago, as I watched an interview with Steve Smith, there were basically 3 books. And then whoever was teaching drums had to teach everything about drums with those 3 books, which was stick control, syncopation, and Advanced Techniques for the Modern Drummer.
Yep.
Those were the 3 books, basically. There were a little bit, there were other books, but these were the main ones. And then teachers had to explore these books as much as they could. That's why lesson 1, which is in the middle of syncopation, there's so many different ways of playing that.
It's my favorite page.
Yeah, it's everybody's favorite page. But what I find amusing is that it's lesson 1. It's in the middle of the book.
Do you know why that is?
No idea. Do you know?
No.
Yeah.
Let's make something up.
Yeah, I'm an expert. So the reason, and nowadays people, maybe because there are literally books for everything. There's I've seen it. I'm not going to mention any names, but I've seen it. There's a book about the hi-hat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Forgotten Foot, I think that one is that.
I don't remember the name right now, but I know it's about the hi-hat.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so I see as time progresses that a lot of my students that go through stick control, they basically do it because I tell them to do it, but they don't quite understand what is it good for, right? And then when I start showing them all the things you can do with stick control, they some said, you don't need any other book.
Yeah.
You know? So, I think maybe because the book is there's one thing that there are teachers that don't want to use stick control because it's too old. But if it's such a great book, why stop using just because it's old? You know?
I mean, it's,
You know, I'm old. So I think there are a lot of different ways of exploring stick control, and my intention is to create a booklet with 10 different ways. There are many. Somebody made a cataloged all the different ways that it's more than 100 different ways you can do either the first 3 pages or the whole book. And I'm going to do a little booklet so people who would be interested in that can message me, where I'm going to show 10 different ways of doing stick control. And I don't know what I've done here. Anyway, so if there's anybody asking a question, I can answer.
Well done.
Well done. Congratulations. So, but if nothing else, Stick Control is a great book for drum fills.
Yeah.
You know,
It is, yeah.
That every single exercise in Stick Control can be a drum fill. You know, and some players that people say, oh, how come they have these ideas for this odd groupings, fills with odd groupings and stuff? It's all there.
Yeah.
It's all there. You know, obviously, because they're experts, they're never going to say where they got it from, but yeah, it's all there. I don't want this.
I mean, there's only really 2 books for stick control as such. I think is the stick control itself, and then the only other one that's vastly different is Gary Chaffee's books.
Yeah,
they're the only ones that really sort of do something different. But it's all rooted in the same thing.
Yeah. Well, if you look at Dave Garibaldi's Future Sounds, there's a lot of exercises, 20 pages probably, that is just one stick control exercise.
Yeah.
You know, applied in many different circumstances. But for those who are curious about it, is exercise 33 on page 6.
Which one's that? That's the paradiddle to the inward paradiddle.
Yeah, right, left, right, left, right, left.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah,
a couple of sessions ago.
Yeah, and then there's the accent. Wow.
Right.
But it's I actually played 34 because I've learned to the last time I did future styles I did open-handed, so my left hand it's better at it than my right. So I'm doing exercise 34 basically, but then it's the same: left, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, with the accent.
You're using the molar to do the...
Yeah, I could use the molar because from what I've learned, you have two motions. The formal motion, which is the free stroke full taught by Mr. George Lawrence Stone, where you move just the wrist, and the informal, which is the molar. And George Lawrence Stone was an orchestral player, so he played in theaters. So he's just playing. He doesn't need to make too much noise.
No.
Molar was playing out in the street, so he had to
hit harder,
whack it, you know. And there's another technique that another method that I think it's the soft molar, let's call it. It's the Murray Spivak method.
Right.
That's in principle is very similar to molar, but because he played in theaters for back in the time of silent movies, he developed. He I think he was contemporary of Moeller.
Right.
They kind of learned. If they weren't the same age, they kind of learned kind of at the same time. And he came with this method that's very, very, very similar.
It's a different grip, isn't it?
It's a different grip. Yeah. It's basically you put this finger.
Yeah.
So you hold the
third finger. Yeah.
Yeah. You hold the stick with your third finger, and you bring the thumb and the index finger. So it's basically this.
That's more forwards.
Yeah. There's, unfortunately, when somebody decided to do a video lesson with him, he was too old.
Right.
So they never finished it.
Oh, that's a shame.
Because, Spivak's, top student was Louis Belson. And then when Louis Belson realized there was back in the 90s when video lessons were very, very common, he realized there was no video lesson with Murray Spivak. He decided to do one himself. So there's a part of it on YouTube that you can find, but it's not edited or anything. It's just the whole thing recorded where Murray is, explaining, the method and Louis is doing. But as the story that I've heard goes, so Louis did that first, filming. Then he went on tour. And when he would be back from tour, he would do the second part. But unfortunately, Murray passed away whilst he was on tour. And then they never finished it.
I think Chad Wackerman did a thing.
Yeah, I think Chad Wackerman did it, but then you have to pay.
Yes.
It's because then after Louis Belson, I think that the top Murray Spivak student was Chad Wackerman. And there's one thing I've heard from a little interview Chad gave. He would teach stuff, and then after he taught, he would say what it was. So you would learn the rudiments, but he wouldn't say, "Let's learn the 6-stroke roll." He would give you an exercise and make you practice that, and then when you got it, he would say, "So this is the 6-stroke roll."
Yeah. Which
I think is a very interesting way of doing stuff. Because the same thing when you teach a child to speak, you're not gonna say, "This is the past perfect." This is, you just teach the kid,
Yeah. It's why I always liked using syncopation to teach rudiments, because you can sort of get with paradiddles. You play quarter notes as paradiddles and eighth notes as right left. Yeah, and that page. Yeah, 36 or 38.
Well, it depends on which version you have. Okay. If you have the original version, it's page 37.
Okay.
If you have the newer version, it's page 38.
Yeah, so you get that. just kind of, you're playing every variation of singles, doubles, triples, and paradiddle diddles, and even paradiddle diddle diddles. I really like that.
So still no question. So everybody knows everything, or they're still sleeping. And I think that I read a book about bebop drummers, you know, and I think that you always hear about the importance of certain books. But in this book, there's an interview with Max Roach, where the guy asks him how he had learned all those patterns, you know, all those independence patterns, if he learned to play the drums before Jim Chapin wrote the book. And he said, stick control.
Yeah. Huh. Did you elaborate on what you did? Okay.
So, for example, take it's in the first three pages. So you play the jazz right and right and left foot pattern.
Yeah.
And then right is your right foot, left is your left hand. So this is exercise 1. Exercise 5.
That's quite difficult.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm doing what.
Yeah. Bloody hell. Yeah.
Whilst playing.
Yeah, easy.
Easier said than done. It takes a little bit of
done. Yeah.
You know, and then that thing that Neil Peart made famous. Since we're talking about our tour with Annika, that thing that Neil Peart made famous on his drum solo, where he plays a waltz, and then he improvises on top. Yeah, that the Max Roach thing. You go
That's just the first two notes.
Yeah, and Neil went the full waltz thing. And years ago, I saw an interview with Terry Bozzio where he said he played that and played stick control on top of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's so many ways you can do it.
And how many are you doing? 10, did you say?
Yeah, 10, yeah. 9, because you said you were going to do one.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
Did I?
Yes.
What, on the bass drums?
Yeah.
Okay. 9 then.
I'm going to do, the booklet's going to have 9 lessons of mine, of
and
me,
one of mine.
and one of yours. Yeah.
Most of the variations on the feet, actually, for stick control, there's only really 2 that kind of, I suppose there's 3 that you can use. So like singles and then doubles. But most of the time you're playing singles.
Yeah. But I think it helps if you're playing stick control with your feet. It helped me a lot for drum fills.
Yep.
And also strengthening the calf muscle.
Yeah. There's lots of like this one, left, right.
Yeah. I actually did the whole book. I actually did the whole book with my feet.
Me too.
See?
Me too.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's why you're so good at the double pedal.
Well, I hope so. But yeah, it's. I found it. The flam section.
Yeah, the flam section is very challenging
because you have to do every. I don't think see it on the camera, but there when you're playing a flam.
Yeah, you can see.
I'm kind of using the heel and it's the same sort of motion as if you're doing Mola.
Somebody made a comment.
Oh yeah.
I know his paradiddle diddle 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 was really good.
I don't know what it is. Paradiddle diddle diddle. Yeah.
No, paradiddle diddle diddle diddle. Yeah, really good.
It's a go for 5. There you go, yeah. Pointless but fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
pointless. They're talking about drums.
Yes, fair enough.
So there's the war in Gaza, the war in Ukraine, and we're talking about drums.
About drums, yeah. But that was the interesting thing about playing through syncopation, was just when you add those interpretations, because I interpret the rests as doubles.
Yeah, okay.
It's the easiest thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do come out with these sort of those kinds of patterns that aren't official rudiments at all. You know?
Well, there are such a thing as the hybrids.
Yeah. Which have just got the weirdest names.
Yeah, let's not open that can of worms.
No,
the thing is, I think it's very important to learn if you don't want to go the hybrid thing. You learn the 40 standard rudiments and try to apply them on the drum kit as much as you can.
Yeah.
But the truth is, when you're playing, I don't think of those things.
No. I also think was it 5, 6, 7, and 8 the paradiddle variations on stick control on the first page?
Yeah,
right?
5, 6, 7, and 8.
Yeah. If you can get them down back to back, that's pretty good. And they make some really interesting patterns.
Yeah.
The least useful one, I think, is number 8.
Yeah,
outward.
Yeah,
but the other 3 are just
they're number 6 is the inward paradiddle.
Yeah, with the double in the middle.
Yeah, that's very interesting, especially if you break it down on the toms.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Well, that was our announcement. We're going on tour with Annika on drums.
Yes. Oh, so we're doing a video course.
And also we're doing a video course, but that's not as important.
No.
So I'm Alex Lifeson. This is Gary Lee.
Right. And now we're going to get sued by Rush. So.
Well, there are worse ways to be known.
Okay.
But we're so big that they actually going to sue us.
Well, yeah, exactly.
It's like, because they're watching right now. They're in Canada right now watching saying, what are these two clowns talking about? Because they have nothing else to do.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. So I guess people can keep an eye out on our social media.
Yeah. As soon as we have something, we'll let you know. Yeah. Don't worry. We're going to be here every week just being experts.
Brilliant. Should we call it there then?
Yeah, cool. Thank you very much for those who tuned in. It's going to be on my Instagram for the next 24 hours, so I hope you watch it. After that, sorry.
Brilliant.
See ya.
Cheers.
Bye.
I've got to try on the pedal.